Hello, it's Tom, and I'm here to talk to you today about alcohol. Ethanol, specifically. Ethanol is my favorite form of alcohol, probably because the other alcohols generally kill you, like methanol and such things like that. But regardless of that, yeah, I'm going to talk about interestingly tasty, good, super duper wonderful alcohols. Today, Glenfiddich. You can get this by the camera here. What's the name? I got a light reflection going on here. Alright, where's the reflection? There we go. Glenfiddich. That ICH is not itch. It's not Fiddich. It's Glenfiddich. Like lock. Anyway, this is the best stuff. It's 15 years single malt Scotch. Sometimes it used to be known as the, the Slur Reserve. That's what it used to be called because it's done in the Slur vat and all this other stuff. Glenfiddich is awesome. Cost about $50 a bottle, and 50 or 60, somewhere in there. That's US dollars, and it's my favorite Scotch to buy. It's better than more expensive Glenfiddichs. It's roughly up there with a good Highland Park or something like to that, to that degree. Oh my God, though, but it smells wonderful. It's kind of a honey flavor to it, a little bit of a honey flavor to it. Glenfiddich is great. It's for sipping. Put it on ice if you want to. Sip it if you want to. Just don't shoot it. If you're too stupid to drink alcohol without shooting it, just don't drink it. I mean, it's not to say it's stupid to shoot alcohol, but you don't shoot that. It's just, if you buy it in the store, it'll come in a container like this. If it's on sale, buy like a couple. The 12-year version's pretty good too. It's not as good, but it's pretty good. And if you be a little crazy person like me, you might end up with the little tiny bottles too. See? Little tiny bottles. Here's another one. Oops. This one is it's the 18-year. This is the Ancient Reserve. This bottle is usually $100 a piece when you buy the big ones. This is a little tiny one. It only has a little 12-year bottle in it though. That's what the little 12-year looks like. They come in full sizes normal. These are little tiny ones. So when you're drinking alcohol, I suggest a good Scotch. Now you might say to yourself, why Scotch? It tastes like gasoline. Most alcohols are cheap to expensive. And the cheap expensive works like this. Cheap tastes horrible, expensive tastes great, and it moves steadily all the way through. Not Scotch. With Scotch, cheap tastes horribly, horrible, and it tastes, even as the price goes up, the taste goes really slowly like this up, just a little bit, and all of a sudden it spikes. So their $20, $30 bottle of Scotch still tastes like crap. But you get the good stuff, and it's going to be $40, $50. Not to say that money necessarily equates directly to flavor, but the expensive stuff usually tastes really good. But you have to buy the expensive or just don't buy it. There's no point. The only other kind of alcohol we're going to talk about today is wine. I like red wines. My favorite wine is Chapelet. See, get that to the screen so you can see that thing. Chapelet. Chapelet. Chapelet, and this is the Signature Collection. That's the only one I like. This is a 2002. And if you're a wine buff and you're seeing this, you're probably saying, oh my God, a 2002 Chapelet? Yeah, it's like that. Anyway, it's awesome. It tastes wonderfully good. The flavor is great. And I have a special someone to thank for introducing me to this one. Thank you. Anyway, it's the best. It tastes absolutely wonderful. The flavor is just impossibly good. It melts in your mouth. I can't even describe how good it is. It's a Cabernet Sauvignon, and it's Californian. 2002 is a pretty good year. I think 2006 was pretty good too. But anyhow, the age of a wine is not necessarily as important as the year that it came out. Various years produce various differences in the flavors of wine. Now, typically, older wines have a more distinct flavor from younger wines. Not to say that there's anything wrong with younger, like Bulgarian wine should be drank as fast as it possibly can be, consumed. But regardless of that, typically certain years were better than others. 2002, for instance, was a great year in California. Now, I also drink table wine too. A lot of people don't understand this. They seem to think that you should only drink the most expensive wines. And I have no problem with going out and buying Chapelet, but the problem with it is, why buy a $40 bottle of Chapelet? It goes for about 40 bucks a bottle. Why go do that for every day? It's stupid to do it for everyday use. If you're going to have bottles of wine like that, you should also have table wine sitting around. Table wine is an inexpensive wine that does perfectly well for dinners and stuff. Don't buy box. I mean, God, we have to have some standards. I like this. Canyon Oaks. Inexpensive table wine. It's like $8 a bottle, $6 a bottle. And it's a good size, too. Is this a Magnum or something? 1.5 liters. It's effectively a Magnum. And the alcohol is 13 proof. Well, sorry, 13%. That's 26 proof. What you do is you pour yourself a glass of that, and you pour a little water in the glass too, just a little bit. First off, it used to be, and sometimes it still is today, but it used to be considered déclassé to not add a little water to your alcohol. It was just not to do. But it's okay to do it. Adding a little bit of water to it gives it a more refreshing flavor. Like in the summer, I'll pour myself a glass this much of wine, this much of icy water on top of it. And I mean, that's how the Romans and stuff used to do it. And it gives you something refreshing that tastes good. Now, I would never do that to a Chapelet. So doing that to a Chapelet would be a criminal offense. But you know, whatever. It tastes very good. You can put that in your favorite little glass. Here's a little Glenfiddich glass. Yay, Glenfiddich glass. Or you can put it in your, check it out. Soviet Red Air Force flask. A little picture of Stalin on the top. No, I'm not a communist. This is just hysterical. I can't help it. Little cap. But anyhow, so that's my little diddly on alcohol, ethanol specifically. And now I'm going to sit back and read a book, and I might actually have a little bit of my Glenfiddich. Another pointless video, and I know I promised you some physics equation stuff, and I will be doing that. This is a completely pointless video, which I'll take down pretty soon, but I thought y'all might find interesting. Those are my favorite brands. They're very good. I keep looking at the screen and not up here at the camera. Gotta stop doing that. Alright, well anyhow, hopefully next time will be about physics then. Bye bye.